Hi everyone, I'm Vince and welcome to my channel, Vince Cooper Games. In this video we're going to continue with the playthrough of my solitaire war game Bloody Lane, and we're going to be resolving turn 19, so there's only 2 turns remaining. As I've done for the last several videos now, I'll go down to the end of the Union event phase, take a little break, and then come back for the second half of the turn. So let's get into it, and we'll start with the supply phase. Supply line is down here, so we're going to move the ammunition token to the right, we're going to resolve it, and we're going to distribute 3 points of miniable value in any way we want. So we want to make sure they need to reload. These are the weak points, this is the weak point, so we want to make sure we have 2 here is going to give us the most value. Okay, so we'll increase this by 1 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3, 2 to 3. There are not enough turns now remaining for us to actually run out of minier balls, but what we want to make sure is that if we roll a natural 1 when we're using the fire action, that we can still execute devastating fire. So in combination with quick reload, we might be able to do something here. So we've resolved the ammunition token. So that was the last ammunition token. Each game there are 5 ammunition tokens. That was number 5. So no more remaining reinforcement tokens. There are 3 orders tokens are unlimited, so you can use as many of those as you want. Then we're going to shift these ones along to the right. Okay, at this point we're on turn 19, so this is never going to be resolved, but just to make sure that everything is clear, I'll place it on the supply line anyway, because it's going to take 3 turns before it can be resolved. So that's the end of the supply phase. Next is the reset Confederate artillery phase. Okay, I mean, I might as well try and get the orders token through. So, okay, I will... I'm going to use the artillery. Okay, let's do it properly this turn, because there's only one remaining artillery counter there. So the reset Confederate artillery phase, we remove the artillery reloading, we place an artillery ready token onto the artillery counter, and that's the end of the reset Confederate artillery phase. Next is the Confederate artillery phase. Okay, so I'm going to try to protect this orders counter, so I'm going to fire with my last remaining battery, the center battery. They're going to target Tompkins up here, so it's 2d6. Target number is 2 to 4 to inflict 1 hit on a random Union artillery piece, and we get an 11, so that's a miss, no effect. Okay, after firing, we remove the artillery ready token, and we put the artillery reloading token on top. This will serve as a reminder that in the next turn, the next phase, the Union artillery will target the Confederate artillery, which is what we're going to resolve now, which is the Union artillery phase. So because we fired, the Union will now use counter battery fire against our remaining battery here. So we've got Tompkins, 1, 2, 3 attacks. Their target number is 2 to 5, so a single hit is going to destroy our last remaining artillery battery. We get a 9, that's a miss. Another 9, that's a miss. An 8 is a miss. Okay, so we're holding out here. Tidball is going to hit on a roll of 2 to 3, always makes 3 attacks. So 2 to 3, we get a 5 is a miss. An 11 is a miss, things are looking good here. And a 6 is a miss. So the remaining battery of Boyce's unit has survived. And that concludes the Union artillery phase. Next is the Union event phase. So we're going to look at this table here. 4 events. Each event is resolved by rolling 4d6. We're using the event from column B, and we're going to mark off the turn to keep track of how many events we've done in that particular turn by writing it down here. So 4d6 4 times. Okay, so Union event number 1, get a 15. So 15 would be a reform, but it's already been resolved, so we go to the next higher, next higher, next higher, next higher, next higher. So next highest unresolved Union event is number 23, which in column B is a heavy fire event. Details are over here. Roll 1d6, 1 to 2. A random Confederate unit suffers a -1 penalty to cohesion. So 1d6, 3 is a miss. Okay, and it's turn 19, so we're going to mark off here 19. Okay, Union event number 2, 46 again. Okay, this time, okay, we get a 14, so 14 light fire already resolved, so we jump down to here. This is a smoke event. Okay, so we're going to place a smoke token in the smoke box here. This imposes a -1 penalty to cohesion for both Union and Confederate counters when attacking. Okay, so that's event number 2. Here we are with event number 3, 46 again. Okay, again, we get an 18. So event 24 has already been resolved, so we jump up to this box here, number 4, which is a light fire event. Just mark off the turn 19. Light fire is roll 1d6. 1 is -1 cohesion to a random Confederate target. So 1d6, 2 is a miss. That's Union event number 3. And number 4, okay, so that's a 14. So we jump down to 24, back up to 4. Next one is going to be, oh no, it's a reform. God. Okay, so let's just mark off the turn. That's the 4th event. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the reform gives a free cohesion check to every Union counter that is below, that has a cohesion below its maximum. So this is below its maximum, below its maximum, below its maximum, below its maximum. So there are no modifiers. So you roll 1d6, you compare the result to the current cohesion value. If it's equal or lower, it receives +1 cohesion. And this could well be the time when we lose the game. So we need to, just to clarify, we need to, in order to get a draw, we need to inflict 8 casualty, we need to destroy 8 regiments, but we've only done 7. And of course, the higher the cohesion, the harder it becomes to destroy them. So this is for the game possibly. So anyway, 1 to 63rd New York, 1 to 3 is a 2, yeah. Okay, so that's +1 cohesion, so they're back up to 4. Okay, we'll do 14th Indiana next. 1. Oh God. Okay, so they've also, I mean, to be honest with you, at this stage in the game, it's the 69th New York that are providing the real problem, but they have made it. So their cohesion, oh, they haven't. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting confused. Their maximum cohesion is 3. So that goes up to 2. So because this is different to the Union action phase. In the Union event phase, if the cohesion goes above 1, we immediately remove the crouch token. That's important because it allows the Union counter to take an action in the Union action phase. Okay, if it's still at cohesion 1 in the Union event phase, Union action phase, and it goes up to 2 using the crouch and reform, the crouch token remains attached until the end of the turn, because that means that the Confederates during their action phase will have to suffer a -1 penalty if they're attacking. Okay, so 14th Indiana is back up to 2. 130th Pennsylvania, 1. Thought I saw a 1 there. Okay, so that's a 3, so they fail. Cohesion remains at 1. Crouch token remains attached. So possibility here. Okay, and last one, 5th Maryland. Again, it's become irrelevant, but let's go through it anyway. So it's another 3, so their cohesion remains at 1. Okay, so that's the 4 Union events marked off and resolved. So we'll take a little pause. I'll have another sip of water and we'll come back for part 2.